So this is my 2006 Mazda Miata. I went ahead and bought it from Copart. So in this video, I just kind of want to go over basically the process of buying through Copart, specifically in the state of Texas. As in Texas, you do not need a dealer's license or rebuilder's license to buy and get a rebuilt title for salvage cars. I bought it from State Farm Insurance through Copart. I always recommend, if you are going to buy something from Copart, make sure you're buying it from an insurance company. You could always get hosed if you're buying from a private party, as it may have been wrecked way worse. They try to just make it look a little better and then try to flip it again, and you'll end up getting screwed. So this is exactly how this car was wrecked. I paid $1,300 for it. There were a lot of fees from Copart, and I will do like a little cost breakdown video as well, but this will just kind of be the overview. So to get started, we'll start at the back here. We'll just kind of highlight all the main damage. So basically the front fender, door, rear quarter panel, trunk, and rear bumper, as well as a taillight, were affected. So we have 6 main pieces, and basically my thought process was, if the car is cheap enough at $1,300, we have enough room to get all 6 of those panels replaced. Basically, Blue Book on this car is $8,500. It is a 2-liter 6-speed manual. It had quite a few owners. I think I'm the 7th owner, but it is a clean Texas car. So one nice thing is we have little to no rust to worry about. If I was back in Illinois, we'd have a lot of rust to worry about, and this would not be worth fixing. But replacing panels on this will be well worthwhile. I think the car will sell around the $5,000 to $6,000 range. So as long as we keep our budget under $4,500 or so, that's what we'd like to see. So taking a look at the damage, our bumper did get a little beat up. This I think will save. There's no reason for us to replace the whole bumper. It does have some other cracks in the paint and scuffs. Not a huge deal. We're not going to go for perfection on this thing, as it is a little older of a car. We just want something rebuilt, something fun to drive. Nothing too crazy. We can see the fender got whacked pretty good here. I already got a new fender and new door from a parts place down here. I paid $200 for the door and $150 for the fender, or it might be the other way around, but anyways, a couple of those parts for around $350, so that's not too bad. They will need to be painted, but for now they'll work, because I think the first step I'll do is just get the whole car together. I can get a rebuilt title if the paint doesn't match. That's not a deal breaker, so we'll just get it roadworthy and then maybe worry about some of the other cosmetics. Did get hit pretty good here. The mirror did come off. I got another mirror on eBay for $30, which is lucky because a lot of places want around $100 for a mirror. So, and the doors do work fine. They don't even creak. I did bend it a little bit just to make quality of life better for now, but obviously this will all get replaced. Interior's pretty decent. The seats have a little bit of wear there. The steering wheel has a little bit of wear, but overall, it's actually a pretty nice interior. Doesn't smell weird, no major rips or tears in the seats, so overall I would say it's pretty good. The top does have some discoloration, but as far as I know, it doesn't have any leaks, so we may end up dyeing this black if I can't get any of these stains out, because I'm not a big fan of the brown top on a silver car, so we'll see what we want to do there. Going back to this quarter panel, it did get tweaked pretty good. Luckily it looks like it stops around here and the door still lines up, so our quarter panel didn't get pushed too much to where our frame would be damaged too much. And the damage actually happened all above the bumper. You can see where it hit here, went over the actual bumper guard or the crash bar, and then went into the quarter panel. So while this is tweaked a lot, our damage is above the frame rail, and our frame rail is actually straight. Might be hard to see, but it's just going to be a lot of sheet metal work. So basically I think I'm going to get a car that goes to this spot weld and take out this rear panel, this quarter panel, and maybe any structure underneath that. We also might need the wheel well, because I know that is bent as well. So getting into the trunk here. Surprisingly, this actually opens and closes and latches fine. We can see this side's fine, everything's good, and then we can see it start to bend around the midsection. So this will all have to be tweaked back. But I think we can save all of this, and as long as we take out our spot welds here and take out this whole corner and this quarter panel, we'll be good. Our floor is straight, except I think a little bit of rippling happened back here. But again, if we're taking out this whole quarter, we'll be able to take out all of this and basically replace this whole corner of the car. I did already get a price quote from one place. A whole quarter for them to cut from about here is $225, so that won't be terribly expensive. The bumper covers are surprisingly expensive. The cheapest I found is $250, and that doesn't match our paint, so we'll have to paint that as well. Basically, we're gonna have to repaint every panel we get, because I did end up getting a trunk for $100 with new hinges. It almost matches the paint, but it's just slightly darker. Here's our door. I got a fender up here. And here's all the trunk interior. I already started stripping it back just to check out damage. But surprisingly, this still functions, even though this side is completely tweaked. And I figured I'd need to get a new strut and hinge, so luckily this one came with that. So we'll go to the interior. As you can see, it's got the 6-speed manual. There's a little bit of goop on the dash, I think from some sort of phone mount. That's not a big deal. But I believe this should work. The battery was dead when I got it. I had them jump it. The car was only listed as engine start in the Copart listing, but when it got here, I was able to drive it just fine. Actually, the damage in the rear didn't interfere with the wheel, which I was worried about, so it actually runs and drives perfect. And the engine sounds great, so let's go ahead and unlock it here. Okay, it looks like it's recognizing our key because that's green, so we'll go ahead and turn that in, push the clutch in. So it starts right up. And we can actually see, close the door. Looks like we might have an airbag light on. No airbags deployed, but it might have a sensor or something loose. So we'll go ahead and clip in. Okay, we can see we do have an airbag light, so we'll have to take a look at that. But overall, there are no major issues. We just got the handbrake. Yep. We can see that works, and I already verified the clutch is good and everything, the 6-speed's good, reverse works, everything. So I think we got pretty lucky here. Has 101,000 miles on the dash. We'll go ahead and open up the hood and check that out. So as you can hear, that was a complete cold start. The car's been sitting for a while, but the motor runs super smooth, so I'm very happy with that. Our coolant tank isn't leaky. There's coolant in it, oil in it. All of our fluids looked okay. I'm gonna change the oil, but just to test run it and everything, we're good to go. And I guess I should show this side. This side's pretty clean, minus the adhesive and all the stuff they had on the car from wrapping it for the weather. So we'll get this side cleaned up, but overall this side has no damage, so luckily we're all good there. But yeah, that kind of wraps up our little walk around of the Miata. I can go ahead and break down some of the costs because it was a little more expensive than I thought, but overall I still think we got a pretty solid deal, pretty solid car. But yeah,